So I haven't made my thoughts on video in a very long time. Just kind of never bothered with it really. But there is one thing that made me actually want to make a video. 2020 has been an awful year. There's a lot of shit going on, and there's a lot more important stuff I could be complaining about. But no, I'm going to complain about a movie from this year. This one that I'm pointing at. Not this year, as in 2020, this year. This movie is the first movie in a very long time, very, very long time, where I actively thought, I regret watching this movie. I wish I had never seen it. And that movie is Glass. M. Night Shyamalan's sequel to Unbreakable and Split. Now, why have I decided to make a video about this? Why do I hate the movie so much? I don't hate it. There's certainly good things. But my disappointment is so enormous due to this movie that I just felt like making a video, and hopefully someone might get a kick out of just listening to me complain about stuff. I'm going to preface this by saying that I really love Unbreakable, and obviously The Sixth Sense and Unbreakable are pretty much seen as M. Night Shyamalan's, depending on who you ask, they could be the only good movies he's ever made. But in my personal opinion, I quite like Signs, I quite like The Happening, both for different reasons. I don't think they're particularly amazing movies, but I think they're quite good just to watch for nuanced reasons. The rest of his movies I haven't seen or just don't care for. However, The Visit and Split, I think he really clawed back his reputation with, and I think that they were really good movies. Especially Split. When the ending of that movie came up, me and my now wife, fiance at the time, went and watched Split in the cinema because she quite likes M. Night Shyamalan, and we just went to watch it, and I figured it looked good anyway. And when that ending scene came up with Bruce Willis, and it said "done" on his overalls, and you could tell that he was reprising his role from Unbreakable, it just blew my mind, and I couldn't wait to see what was coming next. But as I said before, I wish that I never did see what happened next. I'm not going to go through the entire movie like some movie reviewers would, just talking about the whole thing, padding out for 10 minutes or whatever. I'm not trying to make a career out of these my thoughts on videos. Right, so James McAvoy's character, obviously the best one in the movie. His acting is fantastic, just like in Split. I guess I'm talking about the good things at the moment, right? So, Samuel L. Jackson's character, Mr. Glass, he was extremely one-dimensional in this movie. I guess that you couldn't really do anything else with him after Unbreakable. Unbreakable was a very self-contained movie, and even though M. Night Shyamalan said that Unbreakable originally had the Beast character in it, but he felt like there was too much going on in Unbreakable that they just completely removed him. I don't know if I believe that, because Unbreakable was just such a great self-contained story, and actually maybe I could kind of believe it. Maybe M. Night Shyamalan is eccentric enough to try and fit three main characters into one movie, into one origin movie, first movie. But maybe someone just said to him, "Hey, look, come on, don't George Lucas this, don't Spider-Man 3 this, just keep it with the two main characters." Or maybe he just thought it himself, I don't know. But it was a good idea. But yeah, in this film, in Glass, he has nothing to do apart from literally just making a plan and doing a pretty decent escape that was quite entertaining to watch, I guess. When I said we were discussing good things, I guess we're not discussing good. We're just discussing anything. Honestly, I'm just spitballing here. Bruce Willis's character, David Dunn. It's well known, or what? Like, I don't know if it's just a meme at this point, but Bruce Willis, like, the meme is that he doesn't care anymore, and he hasn't cared for a lot of years. However, in this movie, he did come across quite well, as if he did kind of care. It wasn't like Good Day to Die Hard, or whatever it's called, where it just seemed like he just really didn't want to be there. It wasn't like that, but I think that maybe because he knew the script and he knew what was coming, he didn't put too much effort into it. A little bit, but not too much. And the character of David Dunn. I know that this film is obviously called Glass, and it's coming off of the success of Split. So obviously, the Beast character and Mr. Glass's character, they are the ones focused on the most. But I think that in focusing on them too much, it really did David Dunn's character just no justice. And I think, like I say, like, throughout the movie there are good bits and bad bits. I know that's like seems so basic to say that, but like, the acting and the cinematography is fantastic, and like some of the writing is decent, but then the very fact that David Dunn got captured so easily. I mean, I know that they all had to be in one place for the big plan to take place, but I just really wish that it wasn't written like that. I really wish that, like, maybe just the Beast was captured and David Dunn had to, like, break into the asylum or something, and then like everything just escalated from there. I just found it really stupid that this new woman, I don't even remember her name. The actress is pretty good though. She's the one from American Horror Story, among other things. I just could not believe that she was actually successful in convincing him that everything that he had learned in the Unbreakable movie and everything that he had did for 19 years, his character in Unbreakable, it was, among other things, it was about him coming to accept that he does have superpowers, and then and we're expected to think that, despite the fact that 19 years had passed and him and his son had become like a crime-fighting duo, he was convinced after one conversation with this woman that maybe he doesn't actually have superpowers. What? Oh my god, that's so stupid. Even just saying it aloud, I hate it so much. And it served no purpose. There was no purpose to him questioning himself. Apart from, Mr. Glass telling him, you've got to break down the door. And it's like, that was stupid as well, because, sure, like, my overall opinion is that it should never have been written that way in the first place, but if I'm just to go with that, he should have hit it down in one punch. Why is he... It seems that throughout the entire movie he's been spoken of as being this really strong bloke, but then he just struggles with everything. And don't give me that, he's old. He's older now. No. He should be Mr. Incredible levels of strong, in my opinion. And I'm not saying it should be like a flashy Marvel movie or anything, but the fight scenes in this were so bad. They were just shoving matches. They were just pushing each other, and then holding each other for a little bit, and then flipping them over, and then pushing them a bit more. Just get some lookalikes in there, get your stuntmen in there, and have them having a proper fight with actual high stakes. Don't have David Dunn shoulder barging a door and only just managing to knock it off after like 10 goes. Don't have him like bending that bar, and he's like, it looks like he's really struggling with it, and he barely bends it. He's supposed to be super strong. Do you not understand your own characters, M. Night Shyamalan? This is not satisfying. People who saw Unbreakable, this is not satisfying. Now, I know this is meant to be grounded in reality, and I know that in the film they say, oh, it's not exactly like the comic books, even though at the same time they say that it is exactly like the comic books. Christ. Oh, it's so stupid. There's so many mixed themes and mixed messages. But what I'm saying is it should have been satisfying, and it really wasn't. And then the ultimate sin of this movie, like, again, I know I'm being biased towards the more Unbreakable part of this movie, the David Dunn Unbreakable part, because this movie is very much split into three pieces: the Beast part, the Mr. Glass part, and the David Dunn part. The way that David Dunn was killed, a regular man holding his head under a puddle of water. I absolutely hate this movie. I hate it so much. A regular man. Yeah, he's quite a strong man, I guess. He's part of that, like, Illuminati thing or whatever it is with the clover tattoo. But he was don't want to swear. He was a regular man. Why could David Dunn not just push himself up off the ground and then just punch him and the guy just goes flying? And then he just, I don't know, because he's got there's guns or whatever. Like, oh, maybe he would have been shot. Why doesn't he use the super strength in his legs to run fast and, like, punch the other guy that's there with a gun and then just run as fast as he can away, get his son and just get the hell out of there, or something like that. Maybe not as stupidly written as that, but, I mean, there's not a lot to work with what M. Night Shyamalan has given us in this movie, I swear. And concerning the Beast, I know I've only really spoken about David Dunn because obviously he was my favourite character. Bruce Willis was a favourite actor of mine growing up, and Unbreakable cemented that when I was younger. So yeah, I'm a bit biased towards that character. But the Beast, so just moving on to the Beast. By the way, it was really stupid that all three of them died. Mr. Glass should have died, maybe the Beast should have died, but David Dunn shouldn't. Anyway, the Beast survived 2 shotgun blasts, and yes, the woman did explain it away, saying like, oh, the shells were wet or whatever. He still took 2 shotgun blasts, and he was fine. So, and after that, it's established that the woman was lying all along, and that they are actually superheroes. So why did that bullet penetrate his skin? Why did that sniper bullet... I mean, I might have just given it away there by saying it was a sniper round. But no, that's stupid. We are in a... We at this point in the movie, it's established that superheroes do exist, and that he did take those 2 shotgun blasts. So why just do a complete 180 and just kill him with a bullet? Why? Oh, because the gun is that strong. No, the bullet should have just bounced off of him. And David Dunn should have... try not to swear. And David Dunn should have just beaten him down or something using his superpowers, and it could have been a defining moment in him. Oh, this was what I was here for. This is the man I was meant to stop. And then maybe after the credits, like, there's like a news report or something. Oh, and more supervillains popping up after like all this video leaks. They're coming out of the woodwork now. Like, oh, because it's not a secret anymore. Something like that. Maybe not as cheesy as that, but something actually decent. Not like, oh, have our heroes just schlepping around for a little bit, schlepping around for an hour and a half, and then they all just get killed off in the stupidest ways possible. What was he thinking? Like, the first 2 acts in the movie, barely passable. Poorly written, but barely passable. But then the third act just completely destroyed it. What the hell was he thinking? He pulled his career back so well with The Visit and Split, in my opinion, but he just screwed it. He must have thought, I got two good films under my belt. I'm going to go back. That must mean people like me again. So I'm going to try to create another artsy fartsy film with messages and hidden meanings and nuances. Nah, mate. No, sorry, failed there. If that's what you were going for, you failed there. It was crap. It was total crap. Maybe you thought it was too predictable, having David Dunn be the big Superman superhero thing and beating everyone. I'm not saying he even had to survive. Actually, as long as it was satisfying, he could have even died, maybe in the battle with the Beast, but not like that. And it has soured my experience with Unbreakable and Split, just knowing that after those two movies comes this movie. Nah, screw it. No, in my headcanon, this doesn't exist. This is just an alternate universe. Unbreakable is a separate thing. Split is a separate thing that just so happens to have a man that looks like the guy from Unbreakable at the end of the credits, or at the end of the film. And that's it. M. Night Shyamalan, you screwed it, man. I've owned this DVD for so long, and I was so afraid that he was going to ruin it, and today was the day that I decided to watch it, and I really wish I didn't. And that's it.